there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So in today's ASMR video, focusing on the international matches coming up, we are going to look at and predict the scores of some international qualifiers for the next World Cup in the USA, Canada and Mexico. We've got some really big fixtures coming up in Europe, particularly because all of the groups at the top here, A to F, start their first round of matches because the Nations League is finished. So let's take a look at the group so far. So obviously A to F have no points, so it's pointless. See what I did there. So Group G, we got Finland on top after 4 matches. And then we have the Netherlands, who've only played 2 games so far. Poland in 3rd, surprisingly. And they've got the Netherlands next. And then Finland after that. So 2 very important fixtures for Poland. Then Lithuania, then Malta. Group H, another little surprise. Bosnia-Herzegovina is top. They have San Marino next. So they should really stay top after 4 games, you would imagine. And then Austria and Romania are battling it out for 2nd place, or well, obviously for 1st place as well. My original predictions video said that Bosnia would come 3rd in this group, so well done to them for their work so far. This is another weird one. Norway top, Israel 2nd, Italy in 3rd, then Estonia, then Moldova. I said Estonia would be bottom, and I said that Italy would be fighting with Norway for top spot, but they're in 3rd, but it's only 2 games in for them, but they still lost against Norway already. Norway with 4 wins out of 4, and they have Moldova next, so you'd really be thinking they're going to get 5 out of 5. Obviously the group that is at the forefront of my mind, being Welsh, we have North Macedonia top, who have played really well. Their 2 draws have so far been against Wales and Belgium, so they are unbeaten. I predicted they would come 3rd, so they are also overperforming. Wales in 2nd, and Belgium only 2 games played, already having beaten Wales in that absolute slobber knocker in the last international window with a late winner from you-know-who. They are in 3rd, but they've got 2 easy fixtures coming up, so they should be top or 2nd by the very least by the end of this window. Kazakhstan in 4th and Liechtenstein in 5th. England top, 3 wins out of 3. Albania 2nd, Serbia in 3rd, only 2 games played. Then Latvia, then Andorra. Serbia have got Latvia next, as do Albania. England obviously have Andorra next, so that should be an absolute shoe-in. I don't see any challenge to England in this group. I think the interesting thing is going to be whether it's Albania or Serbia, and weirdly Latvia maybe can cause a shock. And then Group L, Czechia, Croatia in 2nd place, but only 2 games played and 2 wins. They have the Faroe Islands next, Montenegro in 3rd, and Faroe Islands, then Gibraltar at the bottom. Czechia have got Montenegro next. That could be a very important match. We'll see if it's home or away. Okay, so kicking us off on this window is going to be Wales-Kazakhstan. I'm predicting a win for Wales, but we are a bit rubbish away from home, particularly when we have to travel long distances, and this is the furthest anyone has to travel. Oh well, unless, like Iceland. I don't think Iceland were allowed to be drawn in the same group as Kazakhstan for that reason, actually. Georgia-Turkey, very big match for those 2. They played a lot recently. They played in the European Championships group, and Turkey just came on top on that one occasion. Let's see what can happen. I say that Turkey are the favourites, but Georgia, particularly at home, not a walkover these days. Lithuania-Malta, I think Lithuania to win that. They're pretty decent at home. Bulgaria-Spain, I think Spain are one of the best teams in the world, if not the best team in the world at the moment. So I think Bulgaria are improving, but Spain will win. Belgium should score quite a few goals away to Liechtenstein. Luxembourg, Northern Ireland. I remember Luxembourg doing really well. Was it against the Republic of Ireland? I think it was. I think they beat them, maybe. So they're not a pushover island either. Northern Ireland, however, I think probably have enough about them to try and get at least a result, if not a win. They are starting to do a lot better than before. And then look at that, Netherlands at home to Poland. I think Poland should go into the match thinking that they have to do really well just to get a draw. The Netherlands are in my sort of top 5 teams in the world at the moment. So yeah, if I were Polish, I'd be dreading that a little bit. I was really pleased when Wales were drawn against Belgium because we have such a good record against them. Several of the teams I didn't want. One was Spain, the other Netherlands, France obviously, and Germany. So I don't envy that at all. Best of luck. Slovakia at home to Germany. Germany should win. Slovakia are a decent team though, so let's not consider this being like a 3-0 or anything. But all said, I think Germany should win. I think that maybe if Netherlands are top 5, then Germany maybe are top 4 or top 3. Denmark, Scotland, that's going to be really tight. I think at home Denmark are definitely favourites, but Scotland is Scotland. It really depends on which Scotland turns up, doesn't it? Remind me of their recent form. I think it's kind of a bit rubbish. Yeah, not great. But those ones are okay. So you don't know what they're going to get. Lose home to Poland, lose home to Hungary, but then draw with Portugal. Crazy stuff. Beat Greece in Greece. Yeah, which Scotland are we going to get? Faroe Islands, Croatia. Obviously Croatia are heavy favourites for that, should win quite easily. Greece, Belarus. Belarus are not easy to play against, but Greece are a decent team, they should win. Iceland, Azerbaijan, same. Iceland should win that. Italy, Estonia. Italy definitely should win that. Moldova or Israel. Israel heavy favourites, I think. Moldova maybe can try and, low block, try and eke out a sort of 0-0 draw. Montenegro, Czechia. Montenegro, I remember Wales played there. It was so difficult. The pitches weren't great. The weather was terrible. And Montenegro really pounced on us. They were a pretty decent team. And yeah, Czechia could be careful. I think they'll at least get a draw, but Montenegro could sneak a win if they're not fully concentrating on that match. Slovenia, Sweden. I think Slovenia have dropped away. They were a little bit better, weren't they? Oh no, they beat Bosnia in a friendly recently. That's quite good. Lost to Norway twice in the Nations League. Okay, no, they get some decent results actually. They don't lose very often to them. Okay, so Sweden obviously very good team at the minute, particularly with Gyökeres. And well, I thought I heard somewhere, yeah, Isak didn't join up with the squad, so I think he wanted to finalise his move to Liverpool. So he's not in the best books for lots of people at the moment. I wonder if the Swedish are now angry with him as well. I think Sweden should get a draw. Slovenia seem difficult to beat. They will hope for a win. I think Sweden are getting back to their best. Switzerland, Kosovo. It'll be tricky, but I think Switzerland should win this. Ukraine, France. Again, France will be favourites, but Ukraine can pull out really good performances against some of the better teams. And then Latvia, Serbia. Serbia should win that quite easily. Portugal, Armenia. Armenia is a very difficult place to go. Very direct football. But Portugal are Portugal and they're superb. So you'd hope they can win that. And then on to the next round of fixtures. So England should hammer Andorra. Austria should beat Cyprus quite easily. Ireland, Hungary, that's a tricky one. I think Hungary's form at the minute isn't good. I think Ireland, for the first time in a while, are going to be thinking that they can win. They've lost quite a few matches there, haven't they? I mean, albeit against the Netherlands, they drew with Germany, lost heavily to Turkey, lost to Sweden, beat Azerbaijan just. I think Ireland are going to think we can at least get a draw and really push for that win. Good luck to the Irish. Bosnia should hammer San Marino, I think. Georgia-Bulgaria will be close. You can never tell because Georgia play on the break, so they're never going to dominate matches even at home. They should beat them, but if Bulgaria are, the away team also counter-attacking, it could be 0-0. Netherlands, Lithuania, Netherlands to win that, I think, quite easily. North Macedonia, Liechtenstein, the North Macedonia should win that. Belgium, Kazakhstan, Belgium easy win. Germany, Northern Ireland, ow. I mean, the best Northern Ireland can hope for is a draw. Just keep it tight to the back and pray and maybe try and get a 0-0. But I think Germany will probably score 2 or 3, sorry. Luxembourg, Slovakia, I do like the Slovakia team. How's their form been? Not great. Lost to Slovenia, lost to Greece, lost to Israel. Maybe they can try and get a draw. Maybe Luxembourg are favourites then. And then last couple, Poland, Finland. I think Poland are a little bit like Scotland in the sense that you never know which one is going to turn up. Are they going to be at their best or their worst? That could go anyway. It could be win, lose or draw. I really can't tell you. At home, you've got to think Poland will go for the win, but who knows? Wow, big game. Turkey against Spain. That should be fascinating because Turkey do not know how to defend. They just attack, attack, attack. Spain will try and control the possession. Turkey will run at them. It'll be extremely entertaining. Could be quite high scoring. Maybe Spain to win 3-2. Turkey, obviously a very difficult place to play. Which stadium? They're playing Konya in Konyaspor's stadium, so not in the capital. Or in Istanbul. Yeah, they're still very difficult to beat at home. Maybe they can get a draw. Belarus, Scotland. Belarus, where are they playing? In Hungary. Okay, so it's not too far to travel. I hope Scotland can win that one. I think Belarus are a bit of a banana skin, but I hope Scotland can overcome them. Croatia, Montenegro will be fascinating. I think Croatia will edge it. Gibraltar, Faroe Islands. I think for the first time in a while, Gibraltar will feel like they can get a result of some sort, draw, maybe even a win. And Greece, Denmark. I think Greece will fancy themselves. Denmark will fancy themselves. Maybe therefore it'll turn out to be a draw. Israel, Italy. I think Italy will struggle away from home. Are they playing in Hungary as well? Yes, they are in Debrecen. It might be a draw, Italy are not playing great at the moment. Okay, still more. Loads of games. Kosovo, Sweden. Sweden will narrowly win that. Switzerland, Slovenia, draw. Armenia, Ireland win narrowly. Azerbaijan, Ukraine win 1-0. Albania, Latvia, Albania small win because they're a counter-attacking team against a team that really packs defence. Hopefully they can get, in their mind, they can get like a penalty or a corner. Bosnia, that's going to be a big match at this point. Yeah, Austria, it's not a must win, but it's a must not lose. So a draw could be good enough for Austria at the moment, but to get top of the group they have to win. Fascinating. I think Bosnia can get a result, maybe a draw. Cyprus, Romania. Romania will narrowly win, but they'll make it look difficult. France, Iceland, France to win. Iceland will hit them with at least one goal on the break, though they're very good. And they sort of man mark. Their tactics are really crazy, and they will catch a big team out at some point soon. Hungary, with their form, I'd say you're going to lose at home to Portugal. And then last two, Norway will easily beat Moldova. England. Away to Serbia is not an easy game, but I think they will win. But Serbia will huff and puff, miss some really easy chances, and then England will run down the other end and punish them. And they'll win like 2-0. And Serbia will be like, how did we lose that game? You do it first. Okay, let's take a little quick look at the other games. So in Asia, we finished the third round, so we have the fourth round now. So we've got some qualified teams already: Iran, Uzbekistan, South Korea and Jordan, Japan and Australia. Congratulations. Now we're going to have like this mini playoff thing. So we have Oman, Qatar, UAE, Indonesia, Iraq and Saudi Arabia. I predict from this group at the minute UAE are the best team over Qatar. And from this group, I think Iraq are the best team over Saudi Arabia. Indonesia will come bottom. And I think Oman will come bottom. So, yeah, that's what I'm predicting. So Oman will lose to Qatar. Saudi Arabia will beat Indonesia. Actually, these aren't until October anyway, so we'll come back to these. But you heard my little thought on it already. Okay, press the wrong one again. In Africa. So we've got games coming up, some really big ones as well, because some big teams are struggling. Egypt at top, I think they're through already. Burkina Faso in second. DR Congo are top, Senegal are second. South Africa are top. Rwanda are second. Nigeria, with only one win out of 6 games, are fourth. They have Rwanda next. They have to win. Cape Verde are top, Cameroon are second. Morocco are top, Tanzania are second, Zambia are in third. They have Morocco next as well, which is a really tricky one. Ivory Coast are top in Group F, Gabon are second, Gambia are down in 5th. Algeria top, Mozambique are second, Guinea are down in 5th. They have Somalia next, try and get some points. And Tunisia are top, Namibia are second, Equatorial Guinea, who I would have thought would be higher up, are in 4th. And then Ghana are top, the Comoros Islands are second, Mali are in 4th. But one win could change that, and they're against Comoros next. And I think the top 4 spaces go through, but I'm not sure of the rules, I can't remember. So Gabon, Cameroon, Senegal and Namibia. So yeah, Nigeria are really up against it. I would find it so weird if Nigeria didn't qualify for the World Cup. Okay, CONCACAF, so obviously we have plenty of teams through because of Mexico, USA and Canada already through. So El Salvador are top of that one. They are playing soon. They're against Guatemala, who are in second. So this is this mini league now. So green and yellow. Let's see what that means. Green World Cup, possible qualification to the next stage. So El Salvador will, who's the favourite? I think maybe Guatemala are the favourite, or Panama, actually, Panama. In Group B, Bermuda, Curaçao, Jamaica, Trinidad. I think either Jamaica or Curaçao are favourite. And then third round, Group C, Costa Rica, Haiti, Honduras, Nicaragua. Costa Rica are heavy favourites in that group. And then we have COMMEBOL. So most of these teams have basically qualified already. Argentina, Ecuador, Brazil. And I think, how many games have we got left to play? 2? So this is the last window of games. We have Brazil against Chile, Argentina, Venezuela, So I think Argentina's a win. Venezuela need a win in the last two games, or they're against neighbours Colombia at home. Wow. Colombia, Bolivia, Colombia to win. Paraguay, Ecuador, Ecuador to win. Uruguay, Peru, Uruguay to win. Brazil, Chile, Brazil to win. Ecuador, Argentina, big game. I think Ecuador might think that they can win that game. Bolivia, Brazil. Bolivia at home are crazy good because they're so high. Their altitude is insane. So they could get a result against Brazil. All their results come at home. Chile, Uruguay, Uruguay to win. Peru, Paraguay. Peru to maybe draw. Venezuela, Colombia. I really want to see Venezuela in the World Cup because they're the only team from this region never to have qualified. So I'd normally say Colombia to win, but Venezuela are going to absolutely go for it at home. And this is why. Because Argentina, Ecuador, Brazil are through. Uruguay is more or less through, as are Paraguay. So Colombia have 22 points. Currently in the playoff spot is Venezuela with 18, but Bolivia have 17, so they're the only ones that can catch them. And as I said, they've got that home game. So Colombia are playing both of them. So Colombia are going to decide whether Venezuela or Bolivia qualify, basically. And I think Chile and Peru are already out. Not mathematically. Peru, if they have 2 wins, can qualify still. Chile are definitely out. Peru, however, as we just saw, have got Uruguay and Paraguay. So I think it's going to be very difficult for them, and they've only got 2 wins so far. They need to win 2 and 2. It's a bit much to ask for. And that's that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you did by clicking like. Leave me a comment, let me know who you think is going to do well, who's going to be in the qualifying scene, and what are some of the results going to be. Do you disagree with a couple of my predictions? Do you think that your team is actually needs a lot more credit? And if you haven't yet, then click subscribe. I'll do a follow-up video with all of the results after the matches have taken place. It's my favourite time. I love international football, and I can't wait to watch as many matches as possible. Let me know which matches you're watching in the comment section, and if you're not asleep yet, click on this next video to watch that, and join me on Patreon. Okay, thank you so much everyone, take care, bye 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 bye.